Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on November 24th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Mangalang Ayate Garim Yatithataman Vande Sri Garam Dinatadinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Islam Hari Om Tat Sat.
Today we will continue with our compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled The Younger Brahmana Presents His Case when the son of the elderly Brahman speaks untruth. Chaitanya Charitamrita.
তবে সেই বিপ্রেরে পুছিল সর্বজন কন্যা কেনে না দেহ যদি দিয়াছ বচন.
All the people gathered there asked the elderly Brahmana, "If you have already promised to give him your daughter in charity, why are you not fulfilling your promise? You have given your word of honor."
So for Brahma, I give his word of honor. A very serious thing.
So, for a Brahman to give his word of honor is a very serious thing.
I went by the boat, the Nitai Balakamala boat,
When I went by the Nitai Padakamala boat,
and I asked the owner how much was the boat.
then I asked the owner how much was the boat.
And then it was already like sunset.
Then it was already like sunset.
I spoke in Bengali and he couldn't see that I was a foreigner.
I spoke in Bengali, then he couldn't see that I was a foreigner.
He told me 6,000 rupees.
And he told me it is 6,000 rupees.
Then the other people thought, he's a foreigner. You get a lot more money from him.
Then other people told him, he's a foreigner. You can get a lot more money from him.
He said, I'm a Brahmin. I give my word, that's it.
And he said, I'm a Brahmin. I gave my word, that's it.
বিপ্র কহে শোনো লোক মোর নিবেদন কবে কি বলিয়াছি মোর নাহিক স্মরণ.
The elderly Brahmin said, "My dear friends, please hear what I have to submit. I do not exactly remember making a promise like that."
এত শুনি তার পুত্র বাক্য ছল পাইয়া পগল্ব হইয়া কহে সম্মুখে আসিয়া.
When the elderly Brahmana's son heard this, he took the opportunity to juggle some words. Becoming very impudent, he stood before the assembly and spoke as follows.
তীর্থযাত্রায় পিতার সঙ্গে ছিল বহুধন ধন দেখি এই দুষ্টের লইতে হইল মন.
While touring various holy places of pilgrimage, my father carried much money. Seeing the money, this rogue decided to take it away.
আর কেহ সঙ্গে নাহি এই সঙ্গে একল ধুতরা খাওয়াইয়া বাপে করিল পাগল.
There was no one besides this man with my father. Giving him an intoxicant known as Dhutura to eat, this rogue made my father mad.
সব ধন লইয়া কহে চোরে লইল ধন কন্যা দিতে চাহিয়াছে উঠাইল বচন.
Having taken all my father's money, this rogue claimed that it was taken by some thief. Now he is claiming that my father has promised to give him his daughter in charity.
তোমরা সকল লোক করহ বিচারে, মোর পিতার কন্যা দিতে যোগ্য কি ইহারে।
All of you assembled here are gentlemen. Please judge whether it is befitting to offer this poor Brahmana, my father's daughter.
এত শুনি লোকের মনে হইল সংশয়, সম্ভবে ধনলোভে ছাড়ে ধর্ম ভয়।
Hearing all these statements, all the people gathered there become a little doubtful. They thought it quite possible that because of attraction for riches, one might give up his religious principles.
I remind one how Parikshit Maharaj told the personality of Kali.
This reminds one how Parikshit Maharaj told the personality of Kali.
The place he could stay was where there was gold.
A few places where you can stay, one where there was gold,
Whether they're gold or riches.
where there is gold or riches,
And therefore all kinds of sinful activities flourish.
where all kind of sinful activity was
Flourish.
force
Flourish.
for
Flourish.
forest.
তবে ছোট বিপ্র কহে শোনো মহাজন, ন্যায় যিনিবারে কহে অসত্য বচন।
At that time the young Brahmana said, "My dear gentlemen, please hear. Just to gain victory in an argument, this man is lying.
এই বিপ্র মোর সেবায় তুষ্ট যবে হইলা, তোরে আমি কন্যা দিব আপনে কহিলা।
Being very satisfied with my service, this Brahmana said to me of his own accord, I promise to hand over my daughter to you.
তবে মুই নিষে দিনু শোনো দ্বিজবর, তোমার কন্যার যোগ্য নই মুই বর।
At that time I forbade him to do this, telling him, "Oh, best of Brahmanas, I am not a fit husband for your daughter."
ওহা তুমি পণ্ডিত ধনী পরম কুলীন, কাহা মুই দরিদ্র মূর্খ নিচ কুলহীন।
Whereas you are a learned scholar, a rich man belonging to an aristocratic family, I am a poor man, uneducated, and with no claim to aristocracy.
তবু এই বিপ্র মোরে কহে বারবার, তোরে কন্যা দিলু তুমি করহ স্বীকার।
Still, this Brahmana insisted again and again. He asked me to accept this proposal, saying, "I have given you my daughter. Please accept her."
তবে আমি কহিলাম, শোনো মহামতি, তোমার স্ত্রী পুত্র জাতির না হবে সম্মতি।
I then said, "Please hear, you are a learned Brahmana. Your wife, friends, and relatives will never agree to this proposal.
কন্যা দিতে নারিবে হবে অসত্য বচন, পুনরপি কহে বিপ্র করিয়া যতন।
My dear sir, you will not be able to fulfill your promise. Your promise will be broken." Yet again and again the Brahmana emphasized his promise.
কন্যা তোরে দিলু দিদা না করিহ চিত্তে, আত্মকন্যা দিব কেবা পারে নিষে দিতে।
I have offered you my daughter. Do not hesitate. She is my daughter, and I shall give her to you. Who can forbid me?
তবে আমি কহিলাম ধীর করি মন, গোপালের আগে কহ এ সত্য বচন।
At that time, I concentrated my mind and requested the Brahmana to make the promise before the Gopal deity.
তবে ইহ গোপালের আগেতে কহিল, তুমি জানো এই বিপ্রে কন্যা আমি দিল।
Then this gentleman said in front of the Gopal deity, My dear Lord, please bear witness. I have offered my daughter to this Brahman in charity.
তবে আমি গোপালেরে সাক্ষী করিয়া কহিলাম তোর পদে প্রণত হইয়া।
Accepting the Gopal deity as my witness, I then submitted the following at his lotus feet.
যদি এই বিপ্রমরে না দিবে কন্যাদান, সাক্ষী বুলাইমু তোমায় হইও সাবধান।
If this Brahman later hesitates to give me his daughter, my dear Lord, I shall call on you as a witness. Please note this with care and attention.
এই বাক্যে সাক্ষী মোর আছে মহাজন, যার বাক্য সত্য করি মানে ত্রিভুবন।
Thus, I have called upon a great personality in this transaction. I have asked the Supreme Godhead to be my witness. The entire world accepts the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Although the young Brahman described himself as having no claims to aristocracy and being an uneducated common man, still he had one good qualification. He believed that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was the topmost authority. He accepted the words of Lord Krishna without hesitation, and he had firm faith in the Lord's consistency. According to Prahlad Maharaj, another authority on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, such a staunch and faithful devotee of the Lord must be understood to be a most learned scholar. Tanmanne ditam aditam uttamam. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.24. A pure devotee who has firm faith in the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is to be considered a most learned scholar, the topmost aristocrat, and the richest man in the whole world. All godly qualities automatically exist in such a devotee. In the preaching work of the Krishna consciousness movement, we, as the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the personality of Godhead, fully believe in the words of Krishna and his servants in the disciplic succession. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 13.80. In this way, we are presenting the words of Krishna throughout the world. Even though we are neither a rich man nor a very learned scholar, and even though we do not belong to any aristocracy, this movement is still being welcomed and very easily spreading all over the world. Although we are very poor and have no professional source of income, Krishna supplies money whenever we need it. Whenever we need some man, Krishna supplies them. Thus it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita 6.22, Yam ladva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. Actually, if we can attain the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, we do not need anything else. We certainly do not need those things which a mundane person considered to be material assets.
By the words of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada,
By the words of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada,
we can understand that this young Brahman was actually a most learned, aristocratic, rich personality.
actually this young Brahman was most learned, aristocratic, rich personality.
Because he had faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Because he had faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
And divine grace, so Prabhupada is spreading this movement all over the world.
His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada was spreading this movement all over the world.
In faith in the words of Lord Chaitanya and his representatives.
Having faith in the words of Lord Chaitanya and his representatives.
So by that absolute faith, he was able to create this worldwide revolution.
By his strong absolute faith in Lord Chaitanya, he was able to create this worldwide revolution.
It shows that a real asset, real faith, and devotion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
This shows that the real asset is that to have faith and devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus ends the chapter entitled The Younger Brahmana Presents His Case When the Son of the Elderly Brahmana Speaks Untruth.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.